and Festus and Damania. As you had seen, 74 points a game for the Jaguars. They're giving up those 73 a contest. Penguins come out in their new white uniforms. First time they've donned these home whites. They'll open up with Shamar Rattan-Mays, Brandon Rush, Dwayne Cohill, who hit the tying three last Sunday against Ohio with 1.9 seconds to go. Those are the three guards, the two up front, Malik Green and Adrian Nelson. Penguins traveling right to left to begin this game tonight. Adrian Nelson will step into the center circle for the Penguins.
Those are good-looking uniforms.
Yeah, it's a good-looking color combination out there.
It really is.
Festus and Damania in the center circle for the Jaguars, and the opening tap controlled by the Penguins. Shamar Rattan-Mays will come into the forecourt. Bounce the ball to Nelson at the top of the lane. Hand it off to Cohill now, working out front. Right away, the Jags are switching defensively. Nelson left of the lane, gets inside, hooks it up with the right hand and in. Good start for Adrian Nelson, 6'8" graduate student from Columbus, Ohio, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds a game.
Southern was in the help man defense. The best way to beat a help man, get into the lane. It's exactly what the Penguins did.
Drive by Whitley, and his layup's too hard off the glass. Rebound to Rattan-Mays, got it to Rush, far sideline. Finds Cohill, far corner, back out to Rush. In front of the Southern bench. Delivers the ball top side to Shamar Rattan-Mays. Bounce to Nelson now near the top of the lane. Gives to Mays near side. Mays on the wing will lob it to Green. Left of the lane, left baseline. Turning it on Williams. Going to throw it up with the right hand. Put it on the rim, no good. Rebound loose. Rattan-Mays slams the basketball off of Bryson Etienne and out of bounds. Last touch by the Jaguars. 19:05 to go in the opening half. Shamar Rattan-Mays with a good headsy move. 5'11" junior out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He'll inbound it now from the near sideline to Malik Green. He'll dribble again to the left baseline on Terrell Williams. Williams drops to the ground. In the meantime, Green makes him pay. Turnaround, banks one in from 6 feet away. Malik Green, a 6'7" graduate student from Cincinnati, Ohio, and quickly into the forecourt goes Bryson Etienne as he throws in his first two.
Here comes the pressure defense.
Cohill working up the floor against P.J. Byrd. Goes by the green screen into the forecourt. Cohill near side of the floor. Will work back out towards the center circle. Penguins with 15 to shoot. Cohill by the green screen. Gives to Nelson. Far sideline three. Off the back of the rim. Long rebound. Grabbed by Terrell Williams of Southern. Gives the ball to Breon Whitley. Whitley will hook the bounce pass now to Ndamanya. Right of the lane against Nelson. Trying to turn back to the baseline. Looking to muscle one up off a pump fake. Shot blocked by Nelson. Ndamanya got it back and goes reverse side and lays it in. 6'7" junior out of Nigeria. Festus Ndamanya. Started 3 of the last 4 games. This is his 5th start overall for Southern. He's got his first 2, and we are tied for the first time tonight, 2 minutes into the game.
The Nigerian with a very nice court of presence. He knew that the weak side was open, so he drove the baseline and went weak side.
Rattan-Mays near sideline, bounces the ball to Nelson, double team from behind, ball knocked loose, stolen away by Bryson Etienne. He'll run it to the right wing, lob the ball, bad pass, intending it for Ndamanya. Batted away by the Penguins, and here comes Rush into the forecourt. Gives the ball to Shamar Rattan-Mays, feeds the trailer, Dwayne Cohill. Cohill with it, right wing, gives to Green, right of the lane. Runs right to the basket, strong move, up and under, goes in and scores and gets fouled as well. So the foul, the first of the night against Southern, will give Green a chance in the three-point play. So the foul against Festus Ndamanya. That's his first. In fact, Ndamanya fouled out of Tuesday's game against Xavier.
And Ndamanya very late in getting the double team as Green was already well into the lane putting up the shot.
Malik Green goes to the line, but first a substitution for Southern. They will take Ndamanya out of the game, and his spot will be filled appropriately by Jalen Reynolds. Reynolds, a 6'7" junior from Darien, Georgia. He averages more than 4 fouls per game. In the meantime, Green at the free throw line from the line to the left has an attempt rim out, and the rebound controlled by the Jags, who now trail 6-4. Byrd comes into the forecourt. 6'1" senior out of Houston, Texas. Makes the pass to the far side. Got it to Whitley, back out front to Byrd. Now feeds the ball to Etienne. Etienne near side, throws it in the corner to Whitley. To the right of the lane. Pass goes to Reynolds. Got it to Byrd. Goes baseline. Tried to get the ball back to Reynolds. Tough catch. Couldn't make the grab. Penguins steal it. Rush near sideline for threes. Too strong, no good. A rebound to the Jaguars defensively. Grab by Williams, feeds it up the floor, not a Byrd. Top of the lane, fires the ball to Reynolds, left of the lane. Working in on Adrian Nelson. Muscles one up, off to the left. Missed it badly, but the Penguins couldn't grab the miss. Jalen Reynolds there to grab it instead. In the lane now, Williams, 17-footer is good. Terrell Williams, a 6'6 redshirt junior from Arlington, Texas, who had come off the bench in the first 10 games of the season for the Jags, making his first start of the year, has his first 2 to tie the game at 6.
Rob, Penguins can't afford to have the ball go on the floor. You have got to get the rebound.
Shamar Rateme's near sideline, going to drive to the lane, into a double team, makes a nice pass to Nelson, who goes up for a shot, had it swatted away and knocked out of play by Southern. That leaves YSU with 8 to shoot, 16-14 to go here in the opening half. We're deadlocked at 6. Ratame from the left baseline. Going to give the Cohill near corner. Can't get off a shot. Now will, 4-3. Bang, bang. Dwayne Cohill's made a 3 in 5 straight games, 10 of the 12 that he's played this year. Southern quickly into the forecourt. Byrd gives to Williams, right wing. His 3's on the money. Terrell Williams answers. He was just 3 of 13 from beyond the arc prior to making that. But his second field goal has tied the game at 9.
A couple of good-looking strokes from three-point land.
Cohill, left wing, gives to Rateme's near corner. Dribbling along the near sideline now. Back out front to Cohill. Finds Green near the top of the lane. Pushes the rush far sideline. Wants to feed Nelson, does. From behind, the ball knocked loose. Nearly stolen away. The ball will go out of play. Nelson locked it out of play after Bryson Etienne knocked it away from him.
If the big has got someone behind him, the guard has to tell the big and warn him of someone sneaking up from behind to slap the ball away.
Near sideline, 3's off the mark for Breon Whitley. Penguins grab the miss. Cohill coming up the floor, though, and there's Bryson Etienne right at midcourt trying to sneak up and get a takeaway. Etienne knocked the ball out of play, and the Penguins will inbound it, but first they'll make a change to the 5 on the floor. Bryce McBride will come in along with William Dunn. Shamar Rateme's and Adrian Nelson will sit down. So Cohill will inbound the ball in the forecourt to Malik Green. Middle of the floor, gives back to Cohill. Cohill out front on Byrd. Gives the ball to McBride. His defender fell, pass now to Rush. Going to work around the perimeter to the near side, find Cohill along the sideline. To the left baseline. Backing it on Byrd to the left of the lane with 10 to shoot. Clears the ball to Green. He'll dribble out to the top of the lane, trying to shake loose. In the lane, on the run. Flipped it up, threw it up off the glass, came up short of the mark, but got fouled by Jalen Reynolds. And as we had talked about, Reynolds came into this game with more fouls than rebounds. He's already fouled out of 3 games this year for Southern. He averages 4.3 fouls a game. And Reynolds has his first here tonight.
And Reynolds was straight up and down with his hands. Unfortunately, he just wasn't moving his feet fast enough.
Green back at the line where he's 0 of 1 tonight, standing line to the left. First one for him on the rim, bouncing off, missed him again. Penguins again coming in, shooting 77% from the line as a team, even better at home at 79.5%. Green trying to split the pair this time around. Score his 5th point nearly on and give the Penguins the lead here. Green's next one's up and in perfectly. So he's got 5 points. YSU leads 10-9. They're now going to trap in the backcourt. Coming up the floor. They'll make the pass to midcourt. Whitley, baseline. Got it to Reynolds now, trying to muscle up a shot in the lane. The right-hander's up against Green and in. Jalen Reynolds, tough to stop. When he gets in that deep, the transfer from South Georgia Tech. And he has given his team its first lead of the night. Southern up 11-10. Penguins trying to answer. 14:30 to go in the opening half. Cohill with the ball for YSU near side of the floor. Bounces to Green. Got inside on Byrd. Up strong. Threw a 2-hard off the glass. And the rebound defensively controlled by Whitley of Southern. Got it to Byrd. Scoops it back now to Williams. He throws to Byrd. Fires it far sideline. Back out to Byrd. Long 3 for him is no good. And the rebound defensively to Green of YSU. Gives to Cohill, who wants to run into the forecourt. Cohill slowed down by Etienne. Now picked up by Reynolds as Cohill elevates for a jumper that's off the mark, and the rebound to Williams of Southern. Gives to Byrd. He'll throw it ahead now. Make the pass to Etienne. Takes it right to the basket and laid it in. Bryson Etienne, 6'3 graduate student from Houston, comes in averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds a game, has his second field goal. And the Jaguars have their largest lead in the early going.
Etienne wasn't scared. He just drove the lane and said, "You guys aren't going to catch me."
McBride in the forecourt now, and Before he can go any further here, a timeout and a foul away from the ball.
It's going to be on Reynolds. He went and tried to grab someone.
So that's Reynolds' second. We talked about his inability to stay out of foul trouble as YSU will take Brandon Rush off the floor. John Lovelace Jr. will bring himself out for the first time tonight. In the meantime, Reynolds will sit down. So will Williams for Southern. They'll bring Jerron Wilkins into the game. And also Tyron Lyons. Bounce pass from McBride to Cohill, who runs the baseline and hammered in two. Nice feed by Bryce McBride. A better finish by Cohill, who has 5 points. Penguins back to within one now. In the forecourt quickly. Wilkins near sideline. Throws the ball out to Etienne. Got it to Byrd, top of the lane. Three's on the money. Omega Deshaun Woods, who's come in, the coach's son. 6 foot, redshirt sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky, who was just 2 of 12 from the field in 5 games played. In fact, 0 of 5 from the floor in his last 2. Hits his first 3 of the season. Cohill, in the meantime, right of the lane, thought he got fouled, threw up the fadeaway floater, and it was an air ball. Here come the Jaguars back into the forecourt. Feed down low. Goes to Jerron Wilkins. Working around the basket. Can't get his short jumper to go. Rolls off the rim to Lovelace. Gives to Cohill. To the foul line. Down the right of the lane. Scooped it up off the glass. Got that one to bounce in. Cohill now with 7. YSU trailing 16-14. And then quickly in the forecourt, Bryson Etienne made the catch along the near sideline. Wanted to make a quick move to the basket, but traveled with the ball.
Yeah, a little too quick of a move. Got to make sure you have a plan as you go to the basket. Cannot lift that pivot foot without the ball hitting the ground.
William Dunn will come out of YSU's lineup. Adrian Nelson returns. In the meantime, Bryson Etienne will go to the Jaguars bench. So McBride comes into the forecourt with the ball now for YSU. Out front, picked up by Woods. Makes the pass to Lovelace near sideline. Lovelace delivers the ball to Green, left wing. Green pushes the ball to Cohill, right wing. Fires it to Lovelace, near corner. 4-3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Isaiah Rollins, who just checked in for Southern. Rollins, a 6'3 senior from Opelousas, Louisiana. Right out front now. Deshaun Woods running the offense for Southern. Woods picked up by McBride. Makes the pass to Whitley, far side of the floor. Whitley outside the three-point line, gets the ball out front to Rollins. Feeds it to Woods, working near side to the right baseline. Shut off, bounce pass underneath, grabbed, and then a foul as Adrian Nelson pushed Jerron Wilkins to the floor. So 8-14, both teams still with their full allotment of 4 timeouts. The Jags have 3 team fouls as compared to 1 against the Penguins. Southern will get the ball off the timeout. Right baseline, open jumper after Cohill overplayed it defensively. Missed by Isaiah Rollins, and the Penguins grab the miss. And here comes Cohill back into the forecourt now. Gives to McBride, who will dribble to the near side of the floor. McBride near the top of the lane. Feeds to Cohill, who pops out, goes around the Nelson screen, fires to McBride, flips the ball to Malik Green near side. In turn, finds Lovelace in the corner, wanted to go baseline, and traveled with the basketball. So YSU with a costly turnover there. We'll keep an eye on that number. Head coach Jared Calhoun said, Ron, before the game, he wants to keep that number at around 12 turnovers. So Southern into the forecourt. They've led by as much as 4 here in the opening half.
We at 3 right now?
That's correct. All right. Ball comes out left wing. Lions for 3 on the money. Tyrone Lyons, 6'7" redshirt senior from North Amityville, New York, averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds a game. Was just 1 of 7 from the field against Xavier on Tuesday. Rings up just his 9th 3 of the season. In the meantime, Lovelace working near side of the floor with it for YSU. Now Cohill takes it to the foul line. Pull up 15-footer for him is perfect. Dwayne Cohill with 9 points. He has that ability to take over a game offensively. He gets the Penguins to within 3, 10:30 to go in the opening half.
Well, Cohill is showing some really good form with his shots early on.
Deshaun Woods makes the pass to Isaiah Rollins, who will bring it out to the center circle. Give the ball now to Breon Whitley. Whitley shadowed by Lovelace. Going to dribble to the near side of the floor. From the sideline, throws it back out front now. Got the ball to Woods. Whitley took it back, went right baseline, and got fouled on his drive to the basket. So the foul here against YSU's John Lovelace Jr. That's his first. Penguins second as a team. Stops play with 10:09 to go in the opening half. Southern on top, 19-16.
And Lovelace was beaten to the spot, hence the reason why he gets called for the foul.
Byrd inbounds the ball to Whitley near corner. Breon Whitley working against Lovelace, throws the ball out front to P.J. Byrd, who's returned for the Jaguars. Byrd to the right wing, guarded by Shamar Ratem-Mays, who's checked back in. Pass goes to Rollins. He'll drive to the basket. Underneath, reverse layup is good. Penguins tried to block it, could not do so. Isaiah Rollins, a 6'3 senior, again out of Opelousas, Louisiana. Started the game against LSU Alexandria. Has his first two off the bench here tonight, and the lead returns to 5 for the Jags. Lovelace near corner with it for YSU. Makes the pass out front to Bryce McBride. Going to work to the right wing, still outside the three-point line, 10 to shoot. He's going to drive to the right lane, lost the ball, and got fouled on that drive to the basket. They'll give the foul here to Jerron Wilkins. So Wilkins, the 6'9 junior from Biloxi, Mississippi, has his first. Wilkins' twin brother, Jerron, is also on that Jaguars roster. In the meantime, Bryce McBride heads to the free throw line for the first time tonight. McBride, a 6'2 senior out of Jackson, Tennessee, transferred to YSU from Eastern Michigan. Nails that free throw. He is as close to automatic as it comes from the free throw line. McBride has now made 20 consecutive free throws. He's 11 of 11 at home, and he's made 33 of 34 overall.
I got to keep knocking on wood every time you do that, Rob.
McBride from the line to the left fires the next one up and in. YSU trailing 21-18 as both teams made a couple of substitutions there during those two free throws. Byrd, in the meantime, will come into the forecourt with the ball for Southern. Working out front of Shamar Ratem-Mays. At the center circle, will run to the near side. Down the right of the lane, going to stop. Pull up 16-footer, got it to go. P.J. Byrd, again, comes in averaging 8 points, 5 assists a game. He rings up that field goal, his first 2 of the night. And again, Southern leading by 5. McBride back the other way. Out front, picked up by Wilkins. Gives the ball to Rush, far sideline. Going to elevate for 3. Got it. Brandon Rush has been on fire the last couple of games. He's shooting 38% from beyond the arc. His third straight start, he has now made a 3. He's made 10 in the last 2 games alone. And YSU gets to within 2. In the forecourt, Drayshawn Allen making his first appearance tonight. Makes the pass to P.J. Byrd. 6 to shoot now for the Jags. Byrd, top of the lane against Ratem-Mays. 3 to shoot. To the left of the lane. Makes the pass. Far sideline. 3 to beat the shot clock's no good. It did not skid off the rim, and the shot clock goes off as the miss by Isaiah Rollins leads to a shot clock violation, and the Penguins will take over.
And the bench exploded, jumping in the air, applauding the teammates for that shot clock violation type defense.
Back into the game for Southern is Festus Ndonanya. Sitting down, Jerron Wilkins. All right, Southern going to pick up pressure now, leading 23-21. Bryce McBride working up the floor against Tyrone Lyons. McBride in the forecourt. Still shadowed by Lyons. 8 minutes to play in the half. Ball bounce to Adrian Nelson. Gets rid of it to Rush. Lob now to Green, left of the lane. Green throws it out to Ratem-Mays. Open right wing, but he'll drive instead. Throw up the floater, partially blocked. Green got it back, and a foul on the floor here. Not a shooting violation, but a foul nonetheless, and it will be by a score of 23-21. Penguins led 4-0 at the outset. They trailed by as much as 5 as they look to tie the game, maybe take the lead back on this possession. McBride from the left baseline gets it into Green, left of the lane. Malik Green in traffic, up with the right-hander, goes straight through, and Malik Green now with 7 points, and we are tied at 23.
Strong move by Malik Green in the lane. Good shot.
4th stalemate of the opening half. P.J. Byrd in the forecourt with the ball against McBride, trying to shade him to the right. Byrd runs into him, makes the pass, now to Lyons near sideline. To the right of the lane on Nelson, throws it back out to Byrd, fakes the 3. Going to head to the lane, deal the ball now to Rollins. Left wing 3 won't fall, and the rebound defensively to Nelson. Clears to Ratem-Mays, gives to McBride of Youngstown State. McBride near sideline with it for the Penguins. Looking for Nelson, bounces him the ball, left of the lane. Nelson face up now on Ndamanya. In the lane now, right-hander goes up. No follow is good, however, by Malik Green, who has 9 points. Green shooting 54% from the field this season. One reason why, right around the basket at the right time. And the Penguins have taken the lead back. And almost trying to get a takeaway here as they were harassing Tyrone Lyons. But he ends up getting fouled by Adrian Nelson. And for Nelson, his second, he'll have to be lifted from the action. Also checking out Bryce McBride. So Dwayne Cohill returns. Miles Hunter, in the meantime, makes his first appearance of the night. Terrell Williams will come back in now for the Jaguars, replacing Tyrone Lyons. P.J. Byrd, off the inbounds pass, works out front. Hits the cutter, Drayshawn Allen. In the lane, 13-footer up and in. Drayshawn Allen, 6'1 senior from Auburn Hills, Michigan, transferred to Southern from Auburn Montgomery, began his collegiate career at Western Illinois. And we are tied at 25.
Allen beat Cohill to the spot. Advantage Allen, then he got a great shot.
Rush out front now, pull back, top of the lane for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound defensively to the Jaguars. On the run in the forecourt, Etienne gives the ball to Allen, who misfires on that jumper, and then the fight for the rebound ends up out of bounds, and YSU will take possession as Festus Ndonamia is the last guy to touch it.
And Ndonamia is lucky he didn't get called for a foul there.
Penguins take over, game tied at 25. Fifth stalemate as the Jags pick up some pressure defensively now. Cohill still in the backcourt, will come across the timeline.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the full-blown full-court press defense, Rob.
I think the Penguins were expecting it. Cohill working with 6 minutes to go in the half. Gives to Tim Mays near sideline three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound knocked to the baseline and out of bounds by Miles Hunter. So Southern will take over, with our contest remaining tied at 25. Penguins 10 of 21 from the field. They've hit a couple of threes. Southern 11 of 22 from the floor. They've hit three from beyond the arc. P.J. Byrd into the forecourt. Byrd, the transfer from Colorado State, began his collegiate career at Virginia Commonwealth. Throws the ball to Terrell Williams. Steps back near sideline three on the money. Terrell Williams with his second three. That's the most he's made in any one game this year. The redshirt junior out of Arlington. Now with 8 points in the first half for the Jaguars. And they get the lead back at 28-25. YSU trying to answer now. Cohill, top of the lane. Feeds to Shamar Ten Mays. He'll drive to the lane. Lost the ball, got it back at the foul line. His pass deflected. The race is on. Grabbed by Etienne to the basket. Off balance, tried to spin it in. It was going to go in, and Drayshawn Allen touched it to make sure it's offensive basket interference, and that'll negate the deuce.
You just have to have some patience. We're watching the replay. Yeah, the ball was still in the cylinder. You just got to... You can't tap the ball when it's that close.
I thought that thing might have spun its way back in, but Allen, a little over anxious, got caught above the rim. So the Penguins trying to capitalize now. Hunter with the ball far sideline, gives to McBride. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first half. Ball delivered to Cohill, middle of the floor. And a whistle away from the basketball. Terrell Williams not happy. He's the guilty party, called for his first personal of the night.
He had his hands up around the head area. That's going to get you a foul every time and twice on Sunday.
One more foul against Southern, and they're over the limit. Ball inbounded to Green, right of the lane for YSU. Green against Ndonamia, misses that jumper off the glass. Rebound then saved by Williams to Byrd of the Jaguars. They'll work into the forecourt. To the right of the lane. Makes the pass now to Terrell Williams. Got it to Byrd right wing. Feeds Ndonamia against Malik Green. Trying to work with his right hand, looking to go up and under, traveled with the basketball. Got caught in that lane, couldn't get off a good shot. Nice job by Malik Green, Ron.
Yeah, great defense by Malik Green. And again, Ndonamia, he shuffled his feet in the lane. That was an easy call.
So YSU with the ball trailing 28-25. Casual pressure. McBride gives to Hunter, goes right baseline. Stops, double team now. Turning, in a bit of trouble, has to take the timeout to preserve possession. That's what the Jaguars like to do. And I think he wanted to take a timeout, but there was a foul call instead. And head coach Sean Woods can't believe that call. So the Penguins got bailed out there by that foul call. And it puts the Jaguars over the limit, the foul individually, to Festus Ndonamia.
Rob, I'm going to be honest, and I wish we could see a replay here, but Sean Woods has a legitimate gripe.
So that's 2 against Ndonamia. Miles Hunter, the 6'5 junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, goes to the free throw line. He's 0 of 1 from the stripe for the season, but he buries his first attempt here tonight.
Let's take a look here.
Now, Hunter got trapped when the ball was knocked loose.
There
was
you
the
go.
reach in. Yep. And a replay showed that Festus Indinamya is the guy that reached in, and the Penguins make him pay as Hunter hits both free throws.
Ndumanya needs to stand straight up. He's hunched over, and he's going to get a lot of fouls that way.
Well, a foul called here on the drive by P.J. Byrd, and they'll assess it to Bryce McBride of Youngstown State. That'll be his first. In the meantime, Tyrone Lyons will come back in for Southern. He will replace the 6'7 junior from Nigeria. Penguins now with 4 fouls as a team. So the ball comes into Drayshawn Allen, fires it out front. Got the ball to Bryson Etienne. Working against Cohill down the right of the lane, throws up the runner and scores. Etienne with 6. Transfer from Texas Southern, where he played 52 games for the former SWAC school, or fellow SWAC school. Under 4 to play in the opening half. Youngstown State now trailing 30-27 with the ball. Cohill far sideline with it. Feeds the green back to Cohill. Playing a little peekaboo. Deals the ball now to Rush far sideline with 5 to shoot. Goes right baseline. Underneath the basket. Turning. Trying to get off a shot. Does and scores off the glass. Brandon Rush now with 5 points. Came in averaging nearly a dozen points per game. With that, the Jaguars looking to unload a 3, but it's an air ball thrown up by Drayshawn Allen. Rush now back the other way. Against Allen to the right of the lane. Spins on him. Throws it out to Hunter. Got it to McBride. Finds Cohill wide open near corner for 3. Around and out, no good. And the rebound to the Jags. Tyrone Lyons with his team leading 30-29.
Good ball movement. You got to have that jumper from the baseline.
Byrd now out front against McBride. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Byrd makes the lob to Lyons, far sideline. Lyons going to pull up, long jumper for him's good. That's a 3. Tyrone Lyons with his second. He made 2 earlier this year in a game against Omaha. He's got 2 tonight. 6 points for him. He came in 0 of 8 from beyond the arc in his last 3 games. But he's now made at least 1 after making 1 in the first 7. So he had been cold from out there. Starting to heat up again. Lyons has given his team a 33-29 advantage.
2 jab steps, and he had plenty of room to shoot that 3.
Cohill with 5 to shoot gives to Green left of the lane. Malik Green trying to feed McBride, ball off his hands and out of bounds, and the Penguins will turn it over, taking us to a timeout. 2:20 arrow points in favor of Southern, which will have the ball off the timeout. P.J. Byrd into the forecourt. Byrd stops and feeds the basketball to Breon Whitley. He's been quiet so far. One of the team's top 2 scorers. Now at the foul line, Lyons, 15-footer for him, off the back of the rim. Long rebound comes out to Green of YSU, gives to Cohill. Hurries into the forecourt, gives to Rush. Near sideline 3, got it, game tied. Brandon Rush with his second 3. As I mentioned, he had made 10 threes in his last 2 games. He now has 8 points here in the half for YSU, and we're deadlocked at 32. Back into the forecourt, P.J. Byrd, left wing on Cohill. Feeds the ball far sideline for 3, and it's on the money for Bryson Etienne. Etienne with his first 3, it gives him 9 points. He's shooting about 35% from out there. That is not uncommon for him to fire from long range.
Penguins need to do a better job of closing out on those 3-point shots.
Hunter now with it for the Penguins. 1:15 to go in the half. Hunter looking to drive to the right of the lane, stops. Gives to Cohill, far sideline. Going to elevate right wing for 3, got it. Cohill answers with his second 3. He's in double figures for the 9th time this season. And YSU evens the count at 35. Back the other way now. 3 for Etienne's good. His second consecutive 3. He's in double digits for the 7th time this season. Got a dozen points now. Southern goes back up by 3 at 38-35. They get a turnover. Etienne into the forecourt. Feeds the ball ahead to Terrell Williams, who hammers in 2. He's in double figures now for the 2nd time this season. Terrell Williams with Hunter and Green. For the Jaguars, it'll be Lyons, Byrd, Whitley, Etienne, and Williams. Pressure applied in the backcourt now. Cohill coming up the floor. They'll try to trap him if they can. Cohill throws it up the court to Rush. Wide open. Near side 3. Around and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Southerns. Breon Whitley. Quickly into the forecourt comes P.J. Byrd. He'll take his team's use it or lose it timeout. So it stops play with 21.3 seconds. And Cullen before the half ends will inbound the ball for the Jaguars from the far sideline. Ball comes in to P.J. Byrd. He'll be picked up by Bryce McBride. Byrd will let the clock run down to 10. They'll initiate the offense now. Byrd by the double screen to the near side. Right wing on McBride. Step back, 17-foot jumper. Perfect. P.J. Byrd drilled that. He's got 4 points. And that's how the half is going to end as Cohill's heave from midcourt's off the mark. And Southern finishes the half on a 7-0 run. In the meantime, Southern will get the ball traveling right to left now. P.J. Byrd takes the inbounds pass. And Byrd will come up the floor. He is joined by Whitley, Williams, and Denanya, and Etienne, their original 5. All right, for the Jags, P.J. Byrd, who had 4 points in the first half, tries to make the pass and does to Whitley. But Breon Whitley, who's off his game tonight, travels as he tried to make a drive to the right of the lane.
I think if Whitley takes a look at the replay, he's not going to react the way he did when he was called for traveling.
So the transfer from Murray State turns it over to YSU. Penguins trailing by 7. That's their largest deficit of the night. Rattan Mays into the forecourt, gives to Cohill. Hanging on the three-point line, near side of the floor, and an offensive foul here against Malik Green of Youngstown State. Will turn the ball back over to Southern. So Green has his first foul of the game. Penguins first, and the first against either team here in the second half. So the Jaguars leading 42-35 will inbound it. Breon Whitley will throw it in from the right baseline. Penguins going to pressure now. Ball comes into Etienne. Cohill will guard him coming up the floor. Etienne makes the pass, not a Byrd at the center circle. Ball thrown to Williams, right wing. Green backs off, ball given to Byrd, far sideline. Screen set, Byrd makes the move, got around his man as Shamar Rattan Mays ran into Festus and Denanya, and they call him for the foul.
They're saying Endemania did an illegal screen where he moved ever so slightly.
And the thing is, that's his third foul, first against the Jags in the second half. They pick up pressure now as Cohill has to work to get the inbounds pass. Cohill across the timeline now, guarded by Byrd. Brandon Rush comes out, gets the ball from Rattan Mays by the Nelson screen. To the right of the lane, through traffic, stops, got his man in the air, takes the short jumper, and scores off the glass. Brandon Rush in double figures for the 8th time this season. He's got 10 points, now needs 38 to reach 1,000 in his collegiate career. Back the other way, the Jags with the ball. Each time YSU made a bit of a run, they answered. On the run, Etienne throws one up, falling down. Thought he got fouled, and the ball comes off the rim to the Penguins. Nelson to the basket, to the hole, laid it in off the glass. Adrian Nelson chalks up his second field goal, and the Penguins have cut that deficit down to 3. And then down the floor, the ball's loose in the lane, pushed over to Etienne. And a timeout taken here. Yep, Southern will take the timeout. Bryson Etienne grabbed the ball. 18:21 remaining in the game. Southern coming off that timeout with 23 to shoot. P.J. Byrd from the left baseline will put it in play. Finds Whitley near corner for 3. Can't get it to go. A bit strong, and it comes off the far side of the rim to Cohill. Leads it down the floor to Nelson. Tough catch in traffic. Grabbed it, lost the ball. Still loose. Nelson goes for it. Tried to push it to Rattan Mays, but it's off the chest of a player and grabbed by P.J. Byrd of Southern. Byrd now will throw the ball to Whitley. Get rid of it to Etienne. He finds Williams out front and delivers the ball right back to Byrd at the midcourt line. Byrd by the screen. To the left of the lane. Works into a double team. Turning. Still trying to get off the 6-footer. Throws the ball across the baseline. Grabbed in the far corner. Going baseline. And then an offensive foul called against Bryson Etienne of Southern. That's his first foul. Second against the Jaguars, the team in this half. That turns the ball over to Youngstown State as Tyrone Lyons comes in off the bench for the Jaguars, replacing Festus and Denanya.
Well, the first thing Youngstown State is doing a much better job of in the second half, Rob, they are playing some solid defense early on here.
All right, the Jaguars picking up a little pressure here. Cohill working up the floor against Etienne. Fires it ahead to Rush. Makes the pass not on Malik Green, middle of the floor. Looking, finds Rush near sideline. 15 to shoot for the Penguins. Rush by the Nelson screen, top of the lane. Rush with 10 to shoot. Right of the lane stops, feeds to Adrian Nelson, right baseline. Nelson against Lyons, spins to the basket. 6-footer goes up and scores off the glass. Good move by the transfer from Northern Kentucky, who now has 6 points. And YSU has started the second half on a 6-0 run to now trail by only 1. Byrd out front on Rattan Mays of YSU. Far side of the floor now, in front of his own bench, P.J. Byrd. Keeps the dribble alive with 15 to shoot. Makes the pass in the corner. Whitley for 3. Too strong air ball. Grabbed underneath by Etienne. Going to power one up. Left it short. Ball grabbed by YSU's Cohill. Outlet pass to Shamar Rattan Mays. Into the forecourt. Finds Rush open. Left wing. He'll drive to the basket. Going to scoop it up in and off the glass. And the Penguins have taken the lead. And the timeout will be taken by Southern. Down to its final timeout now. Penguins still with 3. Jaguars have used 2 here in the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the second half. And YSU looking to trap Byrd. He'll run it up the near sideline, though, into the forecourt. Make the pass to Whitley. And then he stepped out of bounds. Breon Whitley, after grabbing that ball from Byrd, lost his place on the floor and stepped out of bounds. Unforced turnover gives the ball to YSU, and with that, Whitley, who is definitely frustrated with the way he's played, will go to the bench. He will give way to Isaiah Rollins, who had a 2-point first half. Rattan Mays will give to McBride. Bryce McBride's come into the contest for the Penguins. McBride through the center circle. Picked up out front by Drayshawn Allen, who's returned now for the Jaguars. McBride, right wing, into the lane. Stops, goes up for a jumper, threw it over the basket. Had a good look, couldn't finish. Rebound to Lyons of Southern. Lopes into the forecourt, and he'll bring the ball out front. Give to Byrd, who will run by Lyons to the lane. Throw it near side. 3 for Williams on the money. Terrell Williams with his third 3 of the game. He's got 13 points. His best game this year, 13 points earlier this season against LSU Alexandria. Second time he has scored as much as 13 in a game, and that 3 puts his team on top 45-43. Back the other way come the Penguins now. Inside of 16 minutes to play in the game. Rush against Lyons. Stops in the lane. He's called for the offensive foul. So Brandon Rush pushed off, and that'll take us to a timeout. Head coach Jared Calhoun. 15:47 left to go in the game from the Beagley Center.
In for the Penguins, number 5, Dwayne Cohill, and number 10, John Lovelace.
Southern gets the ball off the timeout, leading 45-43. P.J. Byrd in the forecourt. Fires the ball now to Drayshawn Allen. Bounces at the Lions. He'll work to the near side and feed it back to Byrd. Back to Allen, now far side right wing. Finds Byrd with 10 to shoot. Got the ball to Lyons, guarded by Adrian Nelson. Left baseline, 6 to shoot. Step back, 10-footer, too strong, no good. And Adrian Nelson called for a bad foul there. That's going to be his third, and the Penguins going to give it right back to Southern after they had missed that jumper. Nelson did a good job of keeping Lyons off the baseline and then tried to contest the shot a little bit too much. Penguins' second foul as a team, and free throws coming for Tyrone Lyons. Lyons, just a 56.5% free throw shooter, leaves his first attempt short. That is the first free throw of the night for Southern. Tyrone Lyons, a preseason All-SWAC first-teamer, transferred to the Jaguars from North Carolina A&T, where he played 83 games. Again, line to the left. That one's off to the left. Missed it. Rebound grabbed by Nelson. So the only thing that came out of that was a foul against Nelson as the Penguins able to dodge a scoring bullet. Cohill out front with it. Penguins down 2. Ball given to McBride, who will dribble to the near side. Give to Rush. Race to the left wing. Hand off to Cohill. Open around the screen for 3. Around it out, no good. Rebound knocked over to Adrian Nelson. Muscles it up and in off the glass. John Lovelace helped keep that thing alive, and Nelson converts and now has 8 points, 6 of them here in the half, and we're tied at 45.
Nelson at the right place at the right time. The crowd is starting to get into it now.
Byrd out front, gives the ball to Lyons. Left of the lane on Nelson again, 15 to shoot. Ball comes out to Byrd. Got it to Williams. Back to Byrd, feeds Lyons again. Left wing for 3. That sails off badly. It will go out of play. Never really got that thing close to the rim, and the Penguins will take over.
Good defense by Adrian Nelson.
Tyrone Lyons hit a 3 in the first half. Was denied his second 3 and got nowhere close to making that one there. So YSU with the game tied at 45. Can take the lead here. Rush will give to Cohill left wing. Gives to Rush far sideline. Looking for Nelson down low. Gives it to him on a bounce. Left baseline to McBride. Goes up strong. Can't bank it in. Rebound offensively to Nelson. In traffic. Forced one up. Hit underneath the rim. Lovelace grabs the ball for the Penguins. Then lost it. Tried to throw it off of Tyrone Lyons. And the ball ricocheted off Lyons. Hit Lovelace and went out of bounds. Good thinking by the freshman. Just didn't work. And Southern will get the ball as the game remains tied at 45. 14:06 to play in the game. Byrd's going to work his way up the floor against McBride. Penguins have outscored Southern over the first 6 minutes of this second half, 10-3. Byrd top of the lane. Shy of the foul line, stops, pushes the ball out and out to the right of the lane. In on Rush, forced one up, can't bank it in. Rebound batted around. Dre shot Allen, got it back and scores on the follow. And gives him 4 points. And it gives Southern a 47-45 lead. Rush will come up the floor with the ball now for the Penguins. Feed it to Cohill in the forecourt. Cohill near side of the floor on Allen. Playing a little peekaboo with Nelson. Ball thrown across the court to Rush. To the top of the lane. 17-footer up in. Brandon Rush with 14 points. YSU ties the game at 47. Coming up on 13 minutes to play in the contest. Byrd into the forecourt. Both teams waiting to make a substitution here at the next dead ball. Byrd out front on Bryce McBride. By the Lions screen. Byrd throws a cross-court pass, intercepted by Cohill to the right end of the floor. Taking it to the basket. Tried to flip one up as he got knocked down and fouled on the drive. So the foul will stop play with 12:56 to go in the contest. An ill-advised pass, and Cohill did a nice job of anticipating that throw.
Yeah, he was in the passing lane. He was all over that throw.
Foul against P.J. Byrd, his second, and will put Cohill at the free throw line. Cohill with 12 points tonight. First trip to the stripe where he's an 87% shooter, and he makes that first one. Now 12 of 14 from the line at home. Cohill with a baker's dozen in scoring tonight. And YSU has taken a 48-47 lead, our sixth lead change of the night. Just under 13 minutes left to play in the game. Cohill again, line to the right. Coming off a 16-point, 9-assist performance against Ohio on Sunday, rings up that next free throw. YSU leading 49-47. Their largest lead came all the way back at the beginning of the game when they were up 4-0. Into the forecourt now. Deshaun Woods, who's come in to give P.J. Byrd a breather. Woods working against McBride. Cross-court pass deflected out of play by Cohill. Intended for Isaiah Rollins along the near sideline.
Great job once again by Mr. Cohill. He's just playing some solid defense here in the second half, Rob.
16 to shoot for the Jaguars. Ball bounced out front to Deshaun Woods. Woods working near side of the floor now. Bryce McBride shading him to the left. Ball thrown across the court to Rollins, right wing, to the foul line. Can't get off a shot with 5 to shoot. His pass knocked away by McBride, then kicked out of bounds by Woods, and YSU will take over. 12:29 to play in the game. Penguins on top by 2 with a chance to extend the lead.
Well, Bryce McBride playing some in-your-face type of defense. I'm sure he learned it from the south side of Jackson, Tennessee.
Well, McBride comes into the forecourt, transfer from Eastern Michigan, runs to the left of the lane, and on his drive, he's fouled. Out front, they're going to give it to Deshaun Woods. And that's going to take us to a timeout. That'll keep us here for the time being. Let's put it that way. In the meantime, Isaiah Rollins will go to the bench now for Southern. Breon Whitley will return. Deshaun Woods with that foul, his first, and the number 4 against the Jaguars in the second half. So McBride takes the inbounds pass for the Penguins. They lead 49-47. Cohill takes the ball, left wing. Cohill against Woods. Finds Miles Hunter near sideline. Through the double team. Up with the 8-foot floater. Put it in. Miles Hunter with 4 points. The Penguins are 5-0 this year when he just scores in a game. He's got 4 points, and YSU has matched its largest lead of the game, up 4.
I'll tell you, he's just one of those kids that brings all kinds of energy off the bench.
Cohill loose for a deuce. Hammered in 2. Breon Whitley could not handle the exchange cleanly. Penguins make them pay as they pick up the loose ball. And for Dwayne Cohill, the easy 2 gives him 16 points and puts YSU up 53 to 47.
And Miles Hunter was the guy in the right place at the right time. He flipped it over to Cohill for the jam.
8-0 run. Woods trying to answer, but he missed the three, and the rebound to Nelson of Youngstown State. Gives it McBride ahead to Lovelace. Near sideline to the right of the lane. Gets to the lane and got fouled by Deshaun Woods, and that will take us to a timeout. So the Penguins have turned. Southern with one timeout left, YSU with 3. Penguins with 3 fouls as a team, 5 assessed against the Jags. Penguins get the ball off the timeout as McBride will inbound from the right baseline to John Lovelace. Feed to Dwayne Cohill, who tonight has 5 assists to go with his 16 points. It is the 6th time this season that Cohill has had 5 or more assists in a game. He feeds Hunter, who drives to the left of the lane. Going to step back, 8-footer for him, hit the rim, bounced away. Grabbed by Bryson Etienne of Southern. He'll come into the forecourt with the ball and scoop it back to Deshaun Woods of the Jaguars. Woods at the center circle. Less than 11 minutes to go in the game. Ball given back to Etienne, far sideline. Etienne going to head to the far corner. Throw it out and out of Whitley. Catch and shoot 3 from the right wings. No good, too strong. His tough night continues, and the rebound defensively to McBride of YSU. Penguins have reeled off 8 unanswered points, and they have their largest lead of the night. Cohill with the ball out front now for the Penguins. Cohill to the foul line, down the right of the lane, on the run. Hooks up the runner, banked it in and got fouled. Quickly into the game, Jalen Reynolds, and guess who got that foul? Jalen Reynolds, who again has been averaging more than 4 fouls per game this season. Cohill with a nice runner has 18 points overall. And the Penguins' lead now has ballooned to 8 as they have rattled off 10 consecutive points. Cohill 2 of 2 from the stripe tonight. Standing line to the right. Free throw for him, perfect. 19 points for Cohill. 9th time this year he's been in double figures. YSU leading 56 to 47, and a turnover here, an offensive foul called against Deshaun Woods. The charge is his 3rd personal, and now Southern's over the limit for the remaining 10.5 minutes of this game.
And Robbie did it right in front of the official. We've said this so many times on the broadcast. If you put your free arm above your waist and push out, you're going to get called for an offensive foul.
Penguins looking to continue this run now. Lovelace gives to Cohill, left wing. Looks at a 3, steps to the left, shoots the 3. Bang, bang. Dwayne Cohill with his 3rd 3. He's got 22 points, and YSU leads 59 to 47. They've gone on a 14-point run. Back the other way now. Deshaun Woods with the ball for Southern, middle of the floor. Gives to Terrell Williams. He's hit 3 threes. Gets rid of the basketball to Etienne. Finds Whitley out front. Down the right of the lane. Cohill stumbled. Shot blocked by Nelson, though. Whitley thought he had a lay-in, and the YSU defense denied him the opportunity. And they take the ball into the forecourt now. Cohill, left wing, steps back far sideline. Looking to drive to the baseline, underneath the basket. Reverse layup, can't get it to fall, but another foul will put him at the line. And this was one of the keys to the game, Ron. Head coach Jared Calhoun said they've got to live at the line. They will now over the final 9.5 minutes of this game.
Hey, take the ball to the basket, and good things are going to happen to you. But they call that foul on Cohill?
Oh, they did. Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
It was an offensive foul, so Southern will get the ball. They're still over the limit, but the Jaguars on a change here, down 12, will have the ball. We'll see if they can take advantage of this. P.J. Byrd back into the game to run the point now for the Jaguars. Byrd tonight with 7 assists. It's the 6th time this year he's had 6 or more in a game. Feeds to Etienne. He finds Williams at the foul line. 15-footer for him short. Rebound comes out to Cohill.
Okay, so there was no foul. He stepped on the baseline. That's the reason why.
Thanks for clearing that up. So Penguins up a dozen. They've scored 14 consecutive points. This is similar to the run that Xavier put together in their win on Tuesday over Southern. Jumper from the far sideline, no good. Rebound Nelson offensively. Back inside, flipped up the runner, no. Tap, no good. And this time the ball comes away to Breon Whitley of Southern. Gets it to Byrd, who hurries into the forecourt. Byrd feeds the trailer Williams down the right of the lane to the basket. Got fouled on his drive. Good job by Bryce McBride to foul and not allow Terrell Williams with the easy lay in there. For McBride, his 2nd personal. For YSU, that is team foul number 4 here in the second half. Dwayne Cohill going to come out of the Penguins lineup here.
And for the Penguins,
So Shamar Rattan-Mays will check in for YSU. So will Malik Green, giving Adrian Nelson a breather. Nelson will go to the bench with 8 points tonight and 8 rebounds. For Adrian Nelson, he has now had at least 7 rebounds in all 12 games this year for YSU.
It's 7 rebounds here in the second half, Rob.
On the run, Etienne got fouled as his runner comes up just short. Miles Hunter tried to step in front and draw the charge, did not do so. Hunter called for the block, his first personal foul. Penguins 5th as a team here in the second half. Now Southern has been scoreless over the last 5 minutes of this game. They have missed 6 of their last 7 field goal attempts. But they will get a chance to ring up a couple points from the line here, courtesy of Bryson Etienne, who's an 80% free throw shooter. Etienne, 12 points in the game, scoreless in the second half, misses that one. As a team, Southern came in shooting 71% from the line, better on the road at 75%, but they are 0 of 3 now as a team from the stripe. Etienne looking to split the pair this time around. Line to the left, pushed it up, pushed it in, and gives him 13 points. Ends YSU's run of 14 straight points. Jaguars trailing 59-48. Rattan-Mays now looking to get rid of the ball. They tried to trap him. Went to McBride, ahead to Lovelace. Lovelace left of the lane, turning, feeds to Rattan-Mays. Gets the ball to the open Hunter near sideline 3. Short and an air ball. And it will be grabbed by Tyrone Lyons of Southern. Clears to Byrd. He'll come into the forecourt to the top of the lane. Against Rattan-Mays to the basketball, knocked loose, and a foul will put him at the line. So foul here against YSU, Shamar Rattan-Mays. That'll be his first. 2 free throws coming this time around for Southern.
With a look of disgust on the face of Hunter when he threw up the air ball here in the last possession.
So at the stripe will be P.J. Byrd, an 85% free throw shooter this season. First one for him. Got it to roll in. That's his 5th point of the night. Byrd at 3 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds in the loss at Xavier on Tuesday. Trying to get his team to within single figures here. Push the next one up and in. So Byrd now with a half dozen. And Southern, after allowing YSU to jump out to a 12-point lead, has chipped it back down to 9 at 59-50. And they pressure in the backcourt. McBride throws ahead to Lovelace. Lovelace fires the ball to Rattan-Mays. Throws ahead now to Miles Hunter. 2-on-1, got it. The green goes up and drops in 2. That's how you beat the press.
You got to go middle, Rob, and that's exactly what the Penguins did.
Green
go to
down.
the middle of the floor.
And then quickly down the floor. Southern wants to make this game a track meet all of a sudden. Ball knocked out of play. 2 from the stripe. He has 5 points overall for the Jaguars. Front end of the 1-on-1 for him is good. So after missing their first 3 shots from the line as a team here in the second half, Southern has now hit 4 straight. Lyons again trying to get his team to within single figures. And does, hitting the second one. So the Jags trail 61-52. After leading by 7 at halftime.
Rob, it took that team 12 minutes and 8 seconds to score 10 points in the second half.
Yeah, this after they put up 42 in the first half.
Just
Penguins?
some outstanding defense by the Penguins.
All right, so they get the ball in the forecourt. A little erratic there. Maybe not a picture-perfect way to get it into the forecourt, but they do. Cohill out front to the foul line, left of lane. Pull up 10-footer for him's no good, but he'll go to the line. Got fouled on the play. Looks like Bryson Etienne. Yep, that's his second. So Etienne with his second foul, putting Cohill at the line where he is 3 of 3. All free throws coming in the second half. Free throw here's off the mark. Bangs off the front of the rim and bounces away. Penguins lead still at 9. In the meantime, Etienne trying to get an explanation from the official as to how that foul was committed. Cohill, in the meantime, splits the free throws, nails the second, got his 23rd point of the game, and YSU goes up 62-52. Etienne will work his way up the floor now. Byrd working hard against McBride just to get open to get the ball in the forecourt. Byrd will make the pass to Etienne, far sideline. Etienne gives the Lions. Green tried to knock it away. Lions at the center circle with 8 to shoot. will hand it off now to Byrd. Byrd in the circle, shy of the foul line, got it back to Lions, 4 to shoot, left baseline, fadeaway jumper, sails over the basket to Nelson of YSU. Got it to Bryce McBride. McBride against Byrd to the hole, throws up the floater, can't get it to bounce in. Rebound on the floor, will go out of play, last touch by Southern. 6:53 to go in the game. Jaguars will make a change here. Terrell Williams will sit down. Jerron Wilkins will take his spot.
Might not have been the best idea in the world for McBride to try to do a 1-on-2 break, but you get away with it.
He'll now inbound the ball from the right baseline. 20 on the shot clock. Ball comes into Green. Right of the lane. Malik Green inside. Throws up the left-hander. Left it short, but got bailed out by the foul call. That's what stopped the shot. And it's Jerron Wilkins, who just checked in, picking up his second personal foul. So Wilkins, a transfer from Pearl River Community College in Mississippi, tagged with his second. Malik Green will go to the free throw line. Green tonight with 11 points, 1 of 3, however, from the free throw line.
Well, this was a no-brainer. Wilkins was late on the double team, and his hand swiped across the head of Green.
So Green from the line to the right. First attempt in the second half for the transfer out of Canisius. Rings that one up. Green coming off a 16-point, 10-rebound performance in Sunday's loss here at home to Ohio. Penguins lead goes to 11. Green again. Puts that one in the air. Got a pair. Baker's dozen for Malik Green. YSU has matched its largest lead of the game. Back up by a dozen. Now it's 64-52. Byrd picked up by McBride, who's done a splendid job on him defensively. Trying to keep him to his left. Byrd near side of the floor, on the wing. Fires the ball near side to Whitley. Back out to Byrd with 10 to shoot. Byrd left wing to the foul line. Spins on McBride into the lane, trying to get off a fadeaway. 14-footer goes up, no good. Offensive foul against P.J. Byrd. That's his third, and it will turn it over to Youngstown State. And Bryce McBride has done a really good job, Ron, as you have talked about defensively.
Well, Bryce McBride has to play defense, the town he's come from. Let me tell you something, Rob. I lived in Jackson, Tennessee. I saw a lot of basketball games in Jackson, Tennessee. It is a really good brand of basketball down there.
Tough pass down the floor off the hand of Cohill. Grabbed and turned by Etienne of Southern. Got it to Whitley. Left alone at the foul line. 15-footer for him. No good. Rebound, Jerron Wilkins. And he lost it on the whip because he got fouled as the Penguins swiped at the ball. Boy, that is a tough night for Breon Whitley, who came into this game averaging 13 points per contest for Southern. Whitley tonight 0 of 8 from the field. And he had as good a look at a deuce as he's going to have all night. Now, the offensive rebound by Wilkins puts him at the line. Jerron Wilkins, a two-time junior college All-American honorable mention selection, gets his free throw to bounce in for his first point of the game.
Pretty safe to say that Brian Whitley from Sarasota, Florida, is probably not going to be moving to Youngstown anytime soon.
Now, they'll take Bryson Etienne out of the game for Southern. His spot filled by Isaiah Rollins. Brandon Rush will sit down for YSU. Shamara Tamayes comes back in. Second free throw for Wilkins is perfect. He hits a pair. Southern trails at 64-54.
7 straight free throws made by Southern.
Penguins again working up the floor against pressure. Cohill still in the backcourt. Hooks the ball ahead. Got it to Malik Green. He drives into the lane. Tried to get the ball, lost it, and then got called for a foul. So that charge will turn it over to Southern. Green's second personal foul.
I didn't see that, Rob.
I don't think many people did.
I mean, if it's blatant, okay. I can understand if you're going to call that. I mean, maybe it was too quick for me, but I didn't see it.
6 minutes to play in the game. This will be a hectic final 6 minutes for both teams. Lower scoring affair than we expected, though. At least to this stage of the game. Byrd trying to shake loose right wing. Can't shoot the three. Got it to Lions. He'll jack the three and miss it off the back of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Rattan Mays. Malik Green knocked to the floor. The official Signine, who's shaking his right arm right now at the line. Green, 3 of 5 from the line. Free throw here, left short. And now you got to wonder, when he got bopped there, did it mess up his right elbow? Because he left that well short. Green's first miss of the second half from the stripe. He's got 13 points overall to go with 4 rebounds tonight. Green again alone to the line to the right. Drilled that one, so no problems with the elbow there. And YSU extends the lead to 65-54, and they'll get the ball off that flagrant one.
Yeah, you're going to get a full court press by Southern. They want to get that ball back as soon as possible.
And they love to create havoc with that pressure style defense. Ball comes into Cohill. They're going to look to trap him in the corner. He'll throw it to Shamar Ratenmays. Got it back to Cohill. They got 4 seconds to get it up the floor. Cohill fires it ahead. Green caught it in the forecourt. Got the ball to Ratenmays down the left of the lane to the basket. Made the lay-in. Shamar Ratenmays with his first 2 points. Couldn't have picked a better time. YSU leading 67-54. Penguins' largest lead of the night now.
It wasn't pretty, but it's going to work. I mean, that's not the way you break a press. Too much dribbling in the backcourt, but they got the job done.
Byrd works the ball to Wilkins, the foul line. Kicked it out to Whitley near sideline threes. No good off the back of the rim. The rebound fought for by the Penguins. They knocked it out to Rollins, who misses his jumper from the foul line. And McBride runs down the miss for YSU. Under 5 minutes to play in the game now. Penguins on top, 67-54. McBride working near side of the floor, gives the ball to Cohill, back to McBride. Going to run by his man to the basket, take the shot, blocked by Wilkins, out of bounds. 17 to shoot for the Penguins. Jalen Reynolds will come back in now for Southern. They'll make it to Drayshawn Allen. Allen's coming in for Whitley, who will sit down scoreless. 0 of 9 from the field tonight. All right, before the ball can be inbounded, an offensive foul here against YSU for an illegal screen. The official's going to rule it against Cohill. So Cohill's first. Will turn the ball over to Southern, which trails by a baker's dozen.
Sean Woods was giving it to one of the officials, and if looks could kill, someone would be 6 feet under right now.
Yeah, P.J. Byrd coming up the floor. Byrd against McBride, been a good matchup all night. Byrd lost the dribble, gains possession, and comes into the forecourt. At the center circle, to the right wing, down the right of lane, throws the ball out. Got it to Rollins, left wing, threes on the money. Isaiah Rollins with his first 3 of the night. He was just 2 of 12 from beyond the arc, and then a takeaway. Byrd, left wing, can't get off the 3, got it to Lions, back to Byrd now. Byrd will dribble to the right wing, lob the ball to Wilkins, right of lane, muscling up a shot against McBride, put it on the back of the rim and in. Penguins take a timeout here. 4:09 to go. Jerron Wilkins with his first field goal gives him 4. 32-17 here in the second half to take a 67-59 lead with 4:09 to play in the game. For the Penguins, Bryce McBride will inbound the basketball. Cohill, they'll race up the near sideline to midcourt through traffic. Byrd chasing after him. Cohill turning, got rid of the ball to Green. Malik Green will run out of traffic and give the ball to McBride with 20 to shoot. McBride out front. McBride against Allen, gives the ball to Cohill. Throws into a wide open Adrian Nelson, who hammers in 2. He's reached double figures for the 9th time this year. Nelson now with 10 points, and YSU leads by 10. Byrd back the other way now. Less than 4 minutes to play in the game. Byrd middle of the floor. Works to the left wing, to the left of the lane. In on Nelson. Dropped it off to Wilkins. Reverse layup good. Jerron Wilkins now with 6 points.
Good pass to Wilkins, who got away from his defender.
All comes in now to Cohill. Bounced it back to McBride, middle of the floor. Feeds to Ratenmays. Ratenmays still in the backcourt. Throws ahead to Cohill. Fumbled the ball. Gotta hurry. Bounces it ahead to McBride, and he couldn't get it done. Penguins turn it over. 10-second violation. Cohill looked up the floor prematurely. It forced him to bobble the ball, and that's why they couldn't get it over midcourt.
You know, when you're going up against the full court press defense, the less you put the ball on the floor, the better off you're going to be. Minimal dribbles in the backcourt. You got to throw the ball, and you got to work it toward the center to break the backcourt pressure.
Southern down 8. Drive by Byrd to the right of the lane. On the run, throws it up. No good. Big miss. Rebound Nelson of YSU. Got popped in the eye, drops to the ground, and the officials will stop play. Yeah.
Replace.
Well, and it's McBride Nelson to shoot the technicals. Yeah, you can have whomever you want here. So the first one he pushes straight through like he normally does. As McBride now with 3 points, they've all come from the line.
I think Coach thought that this was going to be the 2-shot foul.
McBride again, line to the right. going after his 4th straight point from the line. He's got it. He has now made 23 consecutive free throws this season. He is 2nd in the nation in free throw shooting. And YSU's lead returns to double figures, up 10, and they will get the ball. But they will get it after the free throws of Malik Green.
Yeah, Malik Green is going to shoot the ball for Adrian Nelson.
That is correct. So Green, in the second half, 3 of 4 from the line. Overall, he has 14 points tonight, first of 2 on the money. Green now, 15 points, 4 rebounds. 6 of 9 from the stripe overall. Green again still shaking that right arm a little bit. Perfect on that free throw. No problems there. YSU hits all 4 charity tosses and now leads 73-61. We've moved under 3 minutes to go in the game. All right, Drayshawn Allen gets the ball topside to Byrd. Feeds to Rollins, back out to Byrd. Gives to Allen, far sideline, 4-3. No good, bounced across the basket. Rebound controlled by Wilkins. Gives it to Rollins. Back down it goes to Wilkins. Left baseline. Underneath the basket. Pass goes to Allen. Far sideline. Another 3's on the way, and that one's in. Drayshawn Allen with his first 3 of the night. He's shooting about 41% from out there, so he's a threat. 7 points for him now. Penguins got to come up the floor against the pressure. McBride throws ahead to Green. Finds an open Rattan Mays. Right of the lane. 6-footer up. Banks in 2. Got fouled in the process. Shamar Rattan Mays with his 2nd field goal. And he's a little slow to his feet here. So the foul against Drayshawn Allen is his first. Rattan Mays kind of grabbing at his left ankle. Penguins lead by 11 with 2:20 to go in the game. For Shamar Rattan Mays, he had not attempted a free throw up until here over the last 6 games. This charity toss, though, bounces off the rim. Penguins drop back defensively now. Byrd with it for Southern at the top of the lane. Byrd to the left of the lane. Got to the basket. Nice pass to Wilkins. Pump fake, shoots and scores. Teron Wilkins with 8 second-half points. Southern trailing 75-66. 2 minutes to play in the contest. Rattan Mays into the forecourt now with the ball. Heaves it across the court to Cohill. He'll dribble it out front to the center circle. Cohill picked up by Drayshawn Allen. Cohill with 12 to shoot. Left wing to the left of the lane against Lyons. Spins, flipped it up, no good. Rebound controlled by the Jaguars. Tyrone Lyons. His team down 9, they got to go. P.J. Byrd into the forecourt. Byrd turning Green around down the right of the lane. Dropped it off to Wilkins, who scores again. Teron Wilkins in double figures for the 2nd time this season. He's got 10 points tonight. His best game came against champion Christian when he scored a dozen. And YSU still got to work up the floor against his pressure. Into the forecourt, Cohill down the lane, into traffic, called for a charge. 1:16 to go, and the Penguins turn it over. Cohill's 2nd personal, and Southern still has life, trailing 75-68.
I didn't like that setup, Rob. I just didn't. You know, Dwayne, God love him, he's a great shooter, but you didn't need to do that this time around. You could have very easily drained some time off of the clock.
1:16 to play in the contest. Bird's going to work up the floor. Byrd through the center circle against McBride at the top of the lane. Byrd right side, 18-footer, in and out, no good, big miss. Rebound Cohill of YSU. Had a good look, couldn't get that thing to fall down, and Cohill trying to come up the floor. Throws to McBride. They got to hurry, back to Cohill. Races across the timeline. Cohill trying to get fouled, and there it is. Drayshawn Allen called for the infraction. That'll be his 2nd. It will put Cohill at the free throw line. Youngstown State leading 75-68. And this has turned into the scoring game that we expected. Now the Penguins came in averaging 86 points a game, and they're on the verge of getting up over 80 here.
Still giving up 26 points in the 2nd half. This is a solid defensive performance by the Penguins.
Cohill tonight with 23 points, 6 assists. Free throw for him good. Add 1 more to his total. Cohill has now made 5 of 6 from the line. Trying to get YSU's lead to 9 with 53 seconds. 2nd free throw does just that. He's got 25 in the game. YSU up 77-68. Into the forecourt with under a minute to go. P.J. Byrd, top of the lane. Byrd down the left of the lane against Miles Hunter now. Byrd throws the ball out the lines, fakes the three, heads to the right of the lane, stops, throws it topside to Byrd. They're wasting way too much time. Byrd down the right of the lane, turned the corner on Hunter, who fouled him before the shot attempt. 35.8 seconds to go. The foul on my game for the Wildcats in that loss to Duke. McBride, in the meantime, steps back up to the free throw line and stays perfect tonight from the line. He now has 5 points. He's 15 of 15 at the stripe at home this season. McBride, line to the right. Next one's up and in. YSU takes a 79-68 advantage, and that may have just shut the door on Southern. All right, free throws here, though, for P.J. Byrd. He was fouled by Miles Hunter before the technical.
P.J. Byrd to the line, he'll shoot 2 shots.
35.8 seconds to play. Byrd 2 of 2 from the stripe. 6 points overall. Free throw for him. Spins around and falls through the cylinder. Byrd tonight, to go with his 7 points, has a dozen assists. Byrd again. That one's off the mark. And a rebound to Malik Green of Youngstown State. Gives to Bryce McBride. Ball led down the floor to Hunter. Makes the catch against Williams to the basket. Laid it in. Miles Hunter now with 6 points. That should finish it out for the Penguins, who lead 81-69. The three is good. Consolation points for Bryson Etienne. Good night for him. 16 points. That's his third made three. And then a foul in the backcourt here. So Drayshawn Allen called for the infraction. That's his third foul. They've all come in the second half. 21.9 seconds to go. The officials motioning for everybody to head to the right end of the floor to shoot these free throws. And Ron, those keys to the game sure did play out properly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Got to handle the pressure. They did that in the second half.
They certainly did.
Got to get to the free throw line. They sure did that in the second half.
They certainly did.
Rattan Mays, though, leaves that free throw short of the mark. His second straight miss tonight. Coming into the game, he was 5 of 6 from the line here at home, 7 of 8 for the season. Rattan Mays, right line to the right, splits the pair, scores his 5th point of the game, giving Youngstown State an 82-72 advantage. Shot clock turned off. P.J. Byrd will come up the floor, pick the ball up at midcourt against Cohill. Down the left of the lane, to the hole, throws up the runner, banked it in and got fouled. Cohill called for the infraction, his third. So P.J. Byrd now with 9 points. Transfer out of Colorado State with a chance to reach double figures and scoring for the 5th time this season.
1 shot for Byrd.
Byrd line to the left, missed his last charity toss, 3 of 4 overall. This one on the money. He's in double digits with 10 points. Timeout taken, Southern. Miles will take
here in the second
similar
half.
to that game against Ohio when the Penguins trailed by double figures at half and then came out and overtook the Bobcats in the second half to lead by as much as 3. Bryce McBride and Dwayne Cohill could not get open to get that inbounds pass from Shamar Rattan.
Team could go to the NCAA tournament.
All right, 18.4 seconds to play in the game. Rattan Mays wants to inbound it, but before he can, a foul. It's assessed against Southern's Bryson Etienne.
Southern foul on number 13, Drayshawn Allen.
Oh, no, they're going to give it to Drayshawn Allen. All right, that's his 4th. Doesn't really matter. It will allow Bryce McBride to shoot free throws. So Etienne is spared his 3rd personal. Allen now on the verge of extinction. Bryce McBride steps back up to the free throw line. 6 of 6 tonight. McBride line to the right. 1st of 2. Rattled it through. McBride, who had a triple-double against Westminster earlier in the season when he had 11 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, brings up that next free throw to stay perfect tonight from the line. 8 points for him. YSU leads 84-75. Down the lane to the basket. P.J. Byrd's runner is good. And he got fouled again. He'll go to the line looking for a 3-point play. Penguins just keep letting him hang around. Fouled here against Miles. Oh, who are they going to give that to? Yep, that's what I thought, Miles Hunter. So Hunter has his 4th. Free throw for Byrd, who has a dozen points tonight. His team trails by 7. Got him to within 6. Byrd now with 13 points.